You're listening to NXT on Strategy, the daily podcast from National Exchange Talk, where we dive deep into the strategies shaping the world's most successful and forward-thinking businesses. I'm your host, Nivya, and every day I bring you concise, high-impact insights into the real-world tactics used by industry leaders, global brands, and emerging disruptors. From scaling startups to legacy corporations, from market expansion and digital innovation, to leadership shifts and competitive advantage, we analyze the critical moves behind business growth and sustainability. Each episode is designed to help you understand not just what top companies are doing, but why they're doing it, and how you can apply these lessons to your own strategy, whether you're a founder, executive, or lifelong learner. So if you're ready to sharpen your thinking, challenge your assumptions, and stay ahead in a rapidly changing business landscape, you've come to the right place. This is NXT on Strategy, where smart ideas meet sharp execution. When we talk about Amazon's strategy, there's one word that always comes up: relentless. And that's not just a buzzword. It's literally the name of the domain Jeff Bezos almost used before settling on Amazon.com. Relentless.com still redirects to Amazon to this day. That alone tells you everything about the mindset behind the business. For Bezos, it wasn't about being another online bookstore. It was about building the infrastructure of the internet economy, and then owning as much of it as possible. So how did this growth at all costs strategy take shape? Well, in the early days, Amazon wasn't trying to make a profit. In fact, they were deliberately losing money to build market share. Bezos once said, "Your margin is my opportunity." That one sentence became a war cry across industries, from publishing to electronics, groceries, cloud computing, and even streaming. The goal was to be so big, so fast, and so deeply entrenched that competition simply couldn't keep up. This wasn't just aggressive, it was calculated. Every dollar earned went back into the machine: warehouses, robots, planes, AI, and of course, Prime. Now let's talk about Prime, because this was a genius move. Charging customers for faster delivery seems like a cost, but it was actually a long-term retention strategy. Once you're paying for Prime, you're psychologically invested. You stop price checking, you shop more often, and over time, Amazon starts to look less like a store and more like an essential service. Prime wasn't just about loyalty, it was about locking customers into Amazon's ecosystem. And it worked. As of 2025, over 200 million people globally are Prime members. But Prime was just one piece of the larger flywheel, this concept Bezos laid out in early strategy meetings. Here's how it works. Lower prices bring in more customers. More customers attract more third-party sellers. More sellers increase selection. Better selection and prices improve customer experience. That leads to more traffic, more sales, and more leverage with suppliers, which allows Amazon to lower prices even further. This self-reinforcing cycle spins faster and faster the bigger Amazon gets. It's beautifully simple and brutally effective. Of course, behind the scenes, Amazon wasn't just selling products, it was quietly building its own internal infrastructure. Fulfillment centers were popping up in every region. Then came last-mile delivery vans, then planes, drones, AI-powered warehouses. Eventually, Amazon became its own logistics company, slowly removing the need for UPS, FedEx, or even the post office. Today, they don't just deliver products, they control the delivery network. That level of vertical integration is something most competitors can't even dream of. And Amazon's not stopping there. They're moving into healthcare, grocery stores, cashierless checkout, you name it. And then there's AWS, Amazon Web Services. Let's pause here, because this is where the strategy gets really interesting. AWS started as an internal tool to help Amazon manage its own IT infrastructure. But over time, they realized they could sell that same service to other companies, and it exploded. Today, AWS powers Netflix, Airbnb, even government agencies. It's Amazon's most profitable business unit, and it's a major reason why they can afford to run retail operations on razor-thin margins. Most people think Amazon is an online store, but behind the curtain, it's a cloud computing empire. But this level of dominance raises a big question. Is this sustainable, or even ethical? That's where the criticism starts pouring in. Amazon has been accused of using data from third-party sellers to create its own competing products. It's been investigated for predatory pricing, undercutting competitors until they fold, then raising prices once market share is secured. Small businesses say they're forced to play on Amazon's platform, but at the cost of giving up control. And then there's the human cost. Reports of harsh working conditions in warehouses, pressure to meet unrealistic quotas, and constant surveillance have sparked backlash worldwide. And regulators are finally starting to push back. In the US, Amazon has been hit with antitrust lawsuits. In Europe, the company is facing growing pressure to change how it handles data and competition. Even in India, new e-commerce rules are forcing Amazon to rethink its aggressive expansion model. And investors are starting to ask harder questions. How much more can Amazon grow before the push for growth starts cannibalizing itself? But if there's one thing we've learned from Amazon, it's this: they always play the long game. Bezos once said, "We are willing to be misunderstood for long periods of time." That patience is rare in a world of quarterly earnings reports, but it's also what has allowed Amazon to outlast, outbuild, and outmaneuver its competition again and again. Whether that strategy will hold in a world that's increasingly demanding transparency, fairness, and ethical growth, that remains the question. Because the real cost of Amazon's growth may not just be financial, it could be structural, social, and global. And as more businesses try to replicate Amazon's playbook, we need to ask, are we chasing growth for its own sake? Or are we building something truly sustainable? That wraps up today's edition of NXT on Strategy, your daily source for practical insights and powerful strategies from the front lines of modern business. If today's episode gave you a fresh perspective or sparked a new idea, don't forget to follow, subscribe, and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. Your support helps us grow and continue delivering high-impact content every single weekday. We're here to inspire thinkers, decision-makers, and doers. So whether you're leading a team, building a company, or sharpening your strategic mindset, we're honored to be part of your daily routine. If you're a brand looking to collaborate, sponsor an upcoming episode, or promote your product or service to a highly engaged business audience, we'd love to hear from you. Reach out to us at nxtnstrategy@gmail.com. Let's explore how we can grow together. Thanks for listening. I'm Nivya, and I'll be back tomorrow with another sharp dose of business insight. Until then, stay curious, stay strategic, and keep moving forward. This is NXT on Strategy, where smart ideas meet sharp execution.